Hello, hi everybody, and you're very welcome to East Galway. My name is Blatnaid Gallagher, and I'd like to wish you a mila fáilte, which means many welcomes to East Galway and to our wonderful sheep farm here in Ireland. Thank you so much for staying on the call, and I think we have about 300 people still with us, so hopefully we won't be down to 100 by the time I'm finished. But the purpose of my presentation today is twofold. What I'd like to do is I'd like to explain to you about the Galway Wool Co-op, how it was founded, and what my involvement is with that. And then I want to unravel an awful lot of mistruths and misunderstandings about the difference between Irish grown wool and Irish wool. But before I do that, what I'd really like you to do is sit back, relax, don't go too far away, and if I roll you over to Nina, she's going to play you a nice little audio visual clip and explain an awful lot about the Galway Wool Co-op. Thank you, Nina.
Galway wool, rare heritage wool, grown with care and pride from our native Irish breed of sheep. At the Galway Wool Co-op, all our wool is specially selected from registered Pedigree Galway sheep. Given provenance dating back over 100 years, our partners are creating and making with authentic native Irish wool. Galway wool is 100% natural and renewable, with each sheep growing a new fleece every year. It's recyclable and biodegradable, enriching nature with elemental nutrients beneficial for plant life and helps overcome microplastic pollution. Choosing Galway wool as a natural fibre is an environmentally sustainable choice, including social and economic benefits to Ireland. From the clothes we wear to the rugs and carpets under our feet, it is comforting to know the true source of your wool. An rud is anam bisiantach. What is rare is wonderful. Galway wool, woven by nature.
Hi, it's me again. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed that and you had an opportunity to learn a little bit more about the Galway Wool Co-op. So now what I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce you to the family. These are the Galways. So just a little bit of history about the Galway. In Ireland, we have two types of sheep, upland sheep and lowland sheep. And the lowland sheep have been the raw material for Irish craft and textiles for years. In actual fact, Chris mentioned earlier about the Aran sweater. And it was from this particular breed of sheep, which is the lowland sheep of Ireland, that the wool from the Aran sweater was originally spun. However, sadly, this country is awash with wool that's imported from the southern hemisphere. Yes, you heard me right. All those sweaters, gazies and jumpers and yarns and tweeds and everything that you've heard about that comes from Irish wool doesn't actually behind Irish wool. So about 3 years ago, I went back to college and I did an MSc. Part of what I had to do was to find a problem and try and solve it. Boy, was I so dismayed when I discovered that Irish farmers all over this island were exporting their wool as waste. Meanwhile, we have a thriving textile industry. We have shops all over this island selling sustainable Irish wool, which actually comes from merino and cashmere that's imported from the Southern Hemisphere through the UK. So what was I going to do about it? I was going to beat them at their own game. And I discussed with Chris what we could do. And he said, why don't you set up your own supply chain? And that's exactly what we did. We got together a group of farmers who had lovingly crafters, the textile people, let's give the mills, let's give the retailers an option to actually have real Irish grown wool from Irish sheep that live here in Ireland available in their mills and their shops and their rugs and their blankets and their sweaters. And that's why I'm here talking to you today, because the wool is there, but yet we are still awash in this country with sustainable brands that sell products that are actually made from wool that's imported from all over the world, while this wool is struggling to try and find a marketplace. So can you help us? Are you with us? Are you going to be one of those artists, designers, crafters, makers that's going to be truly authentic to our customer? Are you going to give them real Irish grown Galway wool? And if so, we'd love to hear from you, because we're all about collaboration. We believe everything that Lee has told us about the farm to fashion is the future. We believe here at the Galway Wool Co-op, being able to offer your customer real Irish grown wool, suitable for a range of projects. Everything from what Claire has done with Rhyme Studio Art in her bespoke rugs, tapestries, upholstery, tweed. Imagine in this country, despite how synonymous and how famous we are for our wonderful tweeds, none of it is made from wool that's grown here in Ireland. I think that's pretty shameful. And I'm sure by the time we're finished this presentation and you get an opportunity to meet these wonderful Galway girls, you'll agree with me. So how did we get here? Well, the Irish farmer continued to breed sheep that produced beautiful meat. And sadly, they took their eye off the ball when it came to producing wool that's suitable for textiles or for upholstery or for garments. But this dear, this Galway girl, she's never gone away. This beautiful Galway girl with her thick fleece, its beautiful luster, its amazing color. Look how vibrant that color is. Can you imagine what it would be like to be able to naturally dye this beautiful wool? Well, it's here, it's available. And we need people to realize that there's a very big difference. There's Irish wool, which is imported from the Southern Hemisphere and marketed with either a picture of an Irish mountain or maybe the name of an Irish town and sold on to people as Irish wool. But then there's real, genuine, authentic, from the farm, from the Irish soil, supporting Irish biodiversity, rural economies, and peasant farmers. Because yes, sadly, a sheep farmer in Ireland, the average sheep farmer in Ireland at the moment earns less than the minimum wage. And yet we have a thriving multi-million euro Irish textile industry awash with wool that comes from the Southern Hemisphere. Are you with us? Can you help us? Can you get the message out with us that there are two types of wool? There's the wool that comes off this beautiful Irish, native Irish sheep called the Galway. As I said earlier, this wool was good enough to be the foundation stone behind the Irish iron sweater and the Irish textile industry that came from it. Surely it's good enough today. Surely it's authentic, natural enough today to be in your home, to be in your jacket, to be in your handbag. You're the creative.
I'm the farmer. Can you help me to use your creative juices to find an array of products? If the fashion houses can work with plastics, there is absolutely no reason why they can't work with strong wool. And believe it or not, this isn't the strongest of wool that's available. People work with mohair, they work with sheep, they work with wool from the Hebrides, they work with wool from the Icelandic Islands. And yet we have this beautiful, soft, fluffy Galway wool. Who wants to work with it? My question again is, are you with me? Because I sincerely hope you are. At the Galway Wool Co-op, we have 40 sheep breeders. Remember, we're not an institution. We're not even a commercial entity. I'm just somebody who's passionate about my Irish heritage. They call me the Earl Brockovich of Irish wool. I want to get the story out. Not all Irish wool is Irish. And the Irish wool that is there is a superior, beautiful, crisp white wool that's suitable for a range of garments. And we need you to support this fledgling co-op of 40 farmers. So we have 40 farmers who come once a year with their wool to a central location, many of whom come at a loss. In other words, what they get for the wool doesn't even pay for their petrol or their diesel or whatever other mode of transport they've chosen to come with their wool. We are very fortunate that we have a partnership with Donegal Yarns. I spoke with Chris Vinegar in 2020, and I asked him on the back of research that I'd carried out, is it true that most of the mills don't actually stock Irish wool? And he said, it is, but we do. He already had the two brands. He had Yarn Vibes, the organic wool, and he had the Irish Heather. But he said, what's different about your wool? I said, well, our wool is coming off the Irish farms. Our wool is going to come from a farmer-led initiative, and it's going to come from native Irish sheep. And he said, okay. And Chris dug deep, and he actually paid us a sum, which meant that our cooperative members were able to take their wool away from the existing supply chain out to China as waste. Yes, I did say waste. We sell our wool here in Ireland as waste because nobody else would buy it off us. And Chris, with the help of Donegal Yarns, made it affordable for these guys to take their wool away from the supply chain and create a cooperative so that designers, makers, artists, crafters would all now have a raw material if they choose. Will they choose? Will you choose? Will you be the one that says, yeah, I'm brave. Yeah, I'm bold. Yeah, I don't need to work with Southern Hemisphere wool. It doesn't have to always be merino. I'm prepared to support Irish biodiversity. I'm prepared to be honest. And most importantly, I'm prepared to be authentic. I'm prepared to be really, really authentic of raw material that I'm going to supply to my customer. So I'm going to choose authentic Irish grown wool. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please, please, please feel to drop us a line. We're on Instagram. You can follow us at the Galway Wool Co-op. You can also DM us anytime that you have any questions. But most importantly, if you're an artist or a designer, please contact Donegal Yarns. Ask them, have they got the yarn? And can you start making and creating and give your customers genuine, authentic, native Irish grown Galway wool? And by the way, Philip, if you're still listening, we would love to have you here. Any day that you feel free, do you want to come down and meet some authentic Irish Galway girls? Please feel free to come down and visit us, and we'll give you a look at what real Irish wool looks like. So Antonia and Lee, Philip, and all the other members, Nina, and all the other members that have been working so tirelessly and so hard to get this forum together. Thank you so much. As we say in the west of Ireland, Gura Mila, 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 Mila Mahagid. Slán.